Today we'll start the second chapter in the sociology, that is socialization. And in this lesson you're going to study about the meaning of socialization, functions of socialization, and what are the agencies of socialization. Okay. So before we go to the meaning of socialization, firstly we'll understand what is society. Okay, because the sentence says society exists due to the social life of the people. So what is the meaning of this? What is society? Society is where you and I live in. Okay, so all the individual, all the communities, and each neighborhood together all form the part of the society. And you also know that society has its own rules and regulation, and that has to be followed. But as the society is changing, you know that even the mindset of the people is also changing. Yet there are some traditional values and which are still existing in the family and the surrounding. So from all these things we can understand that society is existing because of the people, that is because of the social life of the people. So that's the meaning. Okay, society exists due to the social life of the people. Society consists of people of different group, okay, different individual, okay, and society has its own set of rules and regulations. So people follow this set of rules and regulations, and they also adopt the traditional values, beliefs, everything also. But as the society is changing, the mindset of the people also are changing. So from all these things we can understand that in spite of all these changes, there are some traditional values still exist. So from this we can understand that society is existing because of the people, and we also say that a human being is a social animal. And as you all know that man cannot live alone in the society, and he must satisfy certain natural basic needs. And in order to satisfy these needs, he has to enter into the relationship with his fellow man, and so he needs the people around him. And when we need people to talk with them, and to interact with them, spend time with them. And it was during these activities you could see that he come in the process of the socialization. So from this we can understand that is human being is a social animal. He is also called as a rational animal. So he needs people to talk with others. And when you take an example like at birth, we are just a human being, and we will not be knowing about the world, much about the people who are around us. But as we grow on, we transfer into a social being, and we understand, we learn to talk, interact with the people, and also things are communicated. Okay, we understand, and also through our senses we communicate. But as soon as you are born, you will not be able to talk with the language. So all these things we learn because you are transferring into a social being. So when will you all learn this behavior? Okay, it is learned from your childhood. Okay, for example, everybody start learning from the small babies, isn't it? So every day is a learning process for a baby. Okay, so when it reaches a certain ages, he understand the communication. But as soon as it is born, he cannot communicate as we do now, like that. The child cannot communicate. So it learns from the things around. That means from the people around in the family. But as soon as it is born, it cannot communicate as we are doing now. And even we cannot communicate at that stage. So we are being transferred. That means we are changed from the small baby. That is how the small baby was without any knowledge and without any skills of identification and language. So later on, with the process, that is with the family and the people who are around them, it transfers. So this changes, this transformation is called as a learning process. So these learning process is a continuous. So from this we can understand that socialization, it is a process of learning social behavior, and it is the process of becoming social being. So that is the definition, meaning of socialization. So What is social behavior? It is how to talk, how to behave, how to eat. All these are the forms of the social behavior. So from where do we learn all these things? We learn all these things from our family. So family is the first place to learn all these things. So the process of learning social behavior, that is how to interact and how to do certain activity, is the social behavior. So the process of social behavior is how to interact and how to do certain activities. So learning this social behavior and changing your behavior and transferring into a social being is called as a socialization. So learning this social behavior and changing your behavior and transferring into social being is called as a socialization. So this socialization is very, very important. Without this process, that is molding the society, is not at all possible. So this should continue. That means it is a continuous aspect and it should go on continuously. Okay. So without this process of molding, the society cannot continue itself, nor could culture exist, nor could its individual become a person. So this process of molding is called as a socialization. And actually, the child starts to learn this social behavior from its childhood. The moment the child gets the power of thinking and talking, it will make contact with the people living in the society. And it also tries to communicate and tries to imitate the others. And like this, the child is influenced by the social environment. And so, like this, each individual are influenced by the atmosphere that they are living. So from this we can understand that the human being and his social dependence is seen in this process. That means it is a continuous process of social action which starts from the birth. Okay. And this process of socialization, that means the human being and his dependence on the society, is a continuous process. It is endless. And society prepares the individual to fit in the group and to perform some that means perform the social roles. So like this, it enables the man to adjust itself to the new social order. So there is another definition in your textbook about the meaning of socialization. It says like this: socialization is a process in which all the members of the society live in accordance to their duties and responsibility. It means that it says socialization is a continuous process in which all the members of the society, that means they have to live according to, that is, each individual have to do certain duties, that is, they have to perform certain duties, that is, they have been assigned with certain duties and it is their duty that they have to perform. So each individual have to perform different role in the society, and that is their duty and they have to perform with the responsibilities. So from this we can conclude by saying that socialization is a continuous process and each day we are learning and we interact with the people. So when a social being adopts this social behavior, it is called as a socialization. Basic instinct of human being come under the influence of the socialization and are shaped in accordance to the social environment and situation. So human being become the social being by adopting certain behavior. So this is called as socialization. So now let us know about the functions. What are the functions of socialization? So how does this socialization influences the personality of the individual? So firstly, this process of socialization converts the human being into social being. And secondly, it enables, that means it provides a scope for the individual to adopt, imitate and learn some of the skills from the environment. And also helps this process of socialization among the individual to develop the social relationship, and also provide commit and support to the social system. Okay, and this process of socialization also helps in the development of the personality of the individual, and helps in the continuity of the tradition. Understand, when you are communicating with the people, you later create certain kind of relationship, friendship, and when you provide that, it provides into a commitment. And if you don't develop such a relationship, what happen, the relationship will dies off. So this process of communication and interaction is a must, and if you want to become a part of the society, and this helps in developing your personality. And when you don't interact with anybody, talk with anybody, what happen, you stay alone. And if you don't and if you want to socialize, you have to interact with the people. But if you socialize, you will get many things. So experience is also another part of understanding. Now you may have your friend, that means you may have the friends of different personality. If you are in contact with those things, you learn many things. For example, one of your friend might be a good speaker. So when you are in contact with him, and if you are in the continuous socializing, so what happened, you will learn many things from him. That means you will learn the tactics, you will learn the skills from him. So what happens with that, you will develop your personality, and later on you can know that you can exhibit your talent outside also. So the experience also plays very important role in the socialization. Agencies of socialization. There are two major aspects that influence the process of socialization. That is age, experience, and the influence of the elders in the first one, and the influence of the peer group is a second aspect. Okay, so the first group includes father, mother, elders, and your teachers, and the second group includes friends, and that means the same age people. So based on these things, the following, that means it has been categorized as a family, peer group, religion, school, mass media, and the neighborhood. So based on these aspects, the agencies of socialization is being classified under 6 headings, that is family, peer group, religion, school, neighborhood, and mass media. First agency of socialization, that is family. Okay, so family plays a very important role in the socialization of the child, because it is a family is the first interaction. It means it is your first interaction happens with your family. So when you are born, you are brought up in the family, then you start learning so many things. Then afterwards you go to schools, and there the friends come. Okay, so the parents form the direct blood relations, and they are the one who basically influence you from your childhood. Okay, because from your parents you will learn many things, because they teach you what is the right behavior you should show, what is the wrong in your way, and how you should talk, how you should walk. Everything is taught in your family. And even your behavior, that means how to talk, how to mingle with the elders, and about your customs, traditions, practices, and many other activities that you are involved in. Everything is being taught in your family. At the same time, your behavior is also influenced by the atmosphere of your family. That means when you have to when you have to do something, they'll observe you. Okay, and if you go wrong, they will tell you. Okay, and they will tell you how to behave. Okay, and how you should do, how you should participate in the things. Okay, and how you need to showcase your talent. And even each family has their own beliefs and have their own traditions, and it is being passed on from generation to generation. And that's how even the children also, that means the children of the present generation also pass it on the next generation. So like this, family plays a very important role in the socialization of the child. And even the interaction of the parents deeply influences on the emotional development of the child. Like for example, how your parents interact with you and how they teach you also influence on your development. That shows how you grow, how you take up the things, how you show your emotions also influence on the behavior of your parents. That means your parents interaction with you will deeply influence on the emotional development. And also everything depends on how your personality and how you take up the words and react. Okay, so everything is learned in the family first. That is your behavior, values, care, faith, belief, practices, everything. So even the coordination and cooperation also learn from the family. And if you are living in the joint family, this cooperation coordination is very very important, because there are many people living there. And even your parents encourage you in your various activities. They allow you to take part in the various activities, and they motivate, okay, because they think that your participation is more important, and they try to encourage you to participate in the various important activities, especially that is taken in the school. So you might have heard your parents telling you to participate. It is like this parents encourage you to participate in the initial stage, and when as you grow up in the higher classes, you will take up the interest in taking whether you have to participate or not. So from this first agency you can learn that parents have their own authority at home, and even the grandparents also have their own authority in the initial stage of the child in the process of socialization, and the children have their own responsibility.